ain't still nothing, destroy nothing, nigga. Gotta bite until it's like.
She didn't eat nothing. She was just sitting there like it was weird. Like I'm going.
Y'all watched it on camera?
So like I'm going in the break room to like put my shit up for lunch. I just see this lady knocked on the couch, and I'm like, yo, who is you?
Yeah.
But that's cool.
That's
cool.
funny as fuck.
But they banned her. Yeah, she's like
they banned the homeless lady.
Yeah, they banned her shit, bro.
That's funny as shit.
He was playing with that clap.
No, that was the beginning of it, bro.
Oh, okay.
We just going in it, man.
Okay, cool.
Stop being so fucking strict on it, man. God damn. Oh shit, we back again with another episode, man. What is this, the 5th episode? Yeah, it's the 5th episode of Whatever Podcast with your host Deric Swain and the same two crew here, Kenny and Eric, and we got a guest with me today. Introduce yourself, please.
Mike. Mike. Here just making an appearance. Instagram, Chef El De La Ghetto.
What?
Cooking up knowledge, cooking up spiritual influence, cooking up everything, you know what I'm saying? Just cooking it up, you know? Glad to be here.
Yeah. We can talk about some spiritual stuff today. That sounds pretty dope.
Yes,
Since
sir.
you brought the topic up. And the shit me and Eric always fucking talk about by ourselves. So you got a call. You can take it if you want.
Nah, it's all good.
It's funny. I actually was like, you know what? Today I'm gonna put my phone on Do Not Disturb because he was
I
on
did
my
say no phone, yeah.
Because it was on my shit.
Looking at his phone, man.
I had some messages coming through.
Yeah,
What am I supposed to do? Not respond?
Yeah, because I know you know who it was hitting him up too.
Yeah.
You know who it was hitting him up. I gotta text back for the P.
Hey man, what gonna say? The P got power.
The P got power.
He got power.
Dope, bro. Shit, man. This is another episode of what did everybody get into today? First of all, do the same old usual shit.
Yep, same old shit.
What you get into
actually,
today?
I didn't have no sessions today. You know what I'm saying? I was just making beats at the crib.
Oh, you beat meat at the crib.
Making beats at the crib.
You just beat meat at the crib.
Okay,
All right.
cool.
All right. Honestly, I can't even say he was doing that because you know Samantha put the bat signal up in there.
Oh yeah, she
Nah,
did.
bro.
What'd you get?
Samantha put that signal up in there. It was like, e-money. You know damn well that's how it was, bro.
What'd you get into today, Katie?
Mm-hmm.
I bought a bike.
Oh yeah.
I bought a bike. Spent hella money.
Spontaneous.
Nah, not really.
No?
Like I planned this shit out because like I wanted to be more active. I already lift and stuff. That's cool. But on the days we don't lift,
Yeah.
because we be doing that shit. I either hit the bag and it's like I need to do more cardio.
I don't want to say it, but I blame it on Eric when we missed it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not gonna hold you. Yeah.
Because he'll say this shit last minute. We be ready. It'd be like if we were supposed to be
About to leave and
6:30.
everything.
I'll be ready to leave. Oh yeah, I can't go.
I really don't
No
be going,
reason.
bro.
This
I'm
nigga's
on. You know how to. Well,
What
yeah,
you need to do in this edit, just put a picture of Samantha putting up the bat signal because that's exactly what happened every time. I'd be weak. I'd be like, okay.
All right. Well, shit. What did you get into, Mike?
I went to work and
Oh.
I committed. I told myself I'll work every day and talk less and do more work because I go to work and I talk
That's all
and
we
I
do
feel
is
like I
talk.
get paid for nothing because I every day I'm getting worse and worse as far as production for them.
Yeah, this is funny.
I have a question about your job. I think you know what I'm going to, Deric.
What? Oh yeah. If I didn't know, we work together, me and Mike. So good old friend from work could come through. But what were you saying?
Deric was telling me a story about this dude who was eating a pig ear sandwich.
You talking about? You talking about the like you talking about the old light skinned dude, bro? The old light skinned. Oh, I can't. I don't
Old
know his
light-skinned
name,
dude. Noisy?
bro. Noisy.
Y'all call him Noisy?
That's his
That's
name.
his name. Noisy.
Bro, I'm weak.
But he don't talk.
He do, bro. He come up and say weird, funny shit all the time, dog. Like the first time I talked to him, he said, "You be eating pig ear sandwiches?" I was like,
That'd be so weak.
what?
Right.
I was like, what? I'm like, what?
That's some different country
pig
shit,
ear
bro.
sandwich. He said, you don't get no pig ear sandwich. I was like, no, you know pig ear sandwich. He said, oh shit, you missing out. I was like, what?
That's some
That was the
slave
first
shit.
conversation we
That's
ever
some
had.
slave
Bro.
That's some slave shit.
That was the
bro.
first conversation we ever had. It was the funniest shit ever, bro. For
Bro.
real, for real.
I wonder if he's talking about South meat.
What meat?
South meat?
What's
I
that?
haven't heard of that.
Explain. Me too.
Slave food.
Oh,
It's,
slave food.
It's gelatin
Mm-hmm.
and it has pig ear, pig all types of pig parts.
That's disgusting.
And it's mostly gelatin, but inside you just see pig parts. And they make it mild or regular or hot.
Ugh.
That's
Have you tried it?
Yeah.
You like it?
Plenty of times.
They serve.
I mean, I tried it before I ever knew what it was. I mean, like
cool.
Have you tried all the other stuff like chitlins, pickled pig feet? all
I
that shit?
tried chitlins when I was young. I can't get with the chitlins.
Chitlins are the worst.
They just
I've
horrible.
never-
I used to eat pig feet.
Oh yeah.
I used to love some pig feet.
That's disgusting.
I could dig some pig feet, but now I'm
You-
vegan.
you
so
spit the
I don't
toenail
eat
out?
nothing. You know what I'm saying? If they got them, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, I forgot
you might
was
think it's the
vegan.
pig ear because the big ear is kind of crunchy.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
And
The
the weird fact that you
cartilage.
know that is
The cartilage is it's pretty good. You're missing out.
damn cannibals.
You ain't never ate
Cool.
until you
I'm cool.
had some
Yeah.
pig ear
Yeah.
or
But,
some feet and some barbecue. There's a lot of ways to make it
Cool.
Jamaican style.
You're fucking ridiculous, bro. This is why I can't deal with this, man. But hey, man, I got a question for y'all, man. It's something about vibrations, man. So, what do you guys think about vibrations and spirituality? Like, you know how they say everybody vibrates, at a certain frequency, and like more spiritual people apparently vibrate at like a higher frequency
Mm-hmm.
than other people. Do you feel like you could feel that?
Their aura.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we can.
You think you can?
I think you don't know it though. It's not consciously. Like,
Nah.
say for instance, like, I'll say Kenny for example. You go to your parties, right?
I'll be lit.
Before you go to the party, you know what I'm saying? Everybody there. But then when you come, people like Colin or whatever, they greet you, whatever. They not saying nothing, but you kind of like light up the room. So that's why I think vibrations is. I don't think we consciously know, but I think we can tell.
Yeah, it's like,
Like-
people say they feel energy.
Yeah,
Same thing, right?
basically.
What you think?
So yeah. I mean, I could, like I said, the only example I could give you that I kind of know is like if you like go to church. You go to church, and every pastor that I've like actually like witnessed, they have that kind of energy towards them. Where they're gonna light the shit up.
Mm-hmm.
Seem like they know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah, so,
Like
you can feel the energy, the good energy, and you can feel like it's kind of, and you can feel like the opposite of that too. Like
Oh,
bad
yeah.
energy, like low vibration and high vibration.
Here's the thing. I don't even think it's low and even high. It's just like they're both high. One is just like feels good. Like, okay, you can like look, you can trust this person. One is just like something's off about this
The
guy.
feelings is vibration, though.
Yeah,
That's
look,
exactly what it is.
I just said not low or high. I just think it's just like if like I
High
said, good.
positive, high
High
negative.
negative, pretty much.
Oh, okay.
Like, like you can feel somebody bad from afar.
Mm-hmm.
You feel somebody good from afar.
It's
And
very
I got some
true.
anime shit too. You seen Hunter x Hunter?
Yeah, a little
That's
bit.
the whole shit. Like that's
Kinda, yeah.
the whole shit. Your aura, your
It's all about aura.
Your aura is big. Like when Gon and Killua first pulled up on like Hisoka and they felt his nen. That's what they call it, his nen, which is just like his spiritual energy.
Mm-hmm.
Them motherfuckers was shook. Like they was like, "Yo, I can't move."
It's like they feel it as soon as you come in the room.
Yeah.
And that's reality, though. You could feel like people's energy as soon as you come in the room. Like if they think highly of themselves or not. You just off the energy. It's kind of funny. I was just thinking about that shit the other day.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about emotions and shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about that shit.
What you think about it?
I mean, I think it all starts. I mean, it's energy, of course. So yeah, I mean, as far as the question, yeah, I think vibrations are real. High energy is real, but I believe it's more of a intrinsic value and what you have inside, like truth, honesty, and peace, patience. Like if you're that type of person, and you hang around people, like for example, like the pastor. Like everyone talks to the pastor, so every time they talk about something, he's probably saying something back positive, and he's probably walking assured of himself because he's not just saying what he believes or saying positive things, but he believes in those positive things. And so, like
That's
when you have those character traits, and you're like, okay, I know that this situation is really just a temporary defeat. Like if I fail, I didn't fail. Like it's just something that I got to keep doing, and eventually I'll be successful in. Then you're really gonna tell someone that with that real feeling of that. You know what I mean? Like, you gonna mean it when you say that, and then they're gonna feel it because you're gonna be looking intensely, like, yo, and you know you're gonna be passionate. You gonna have passion. Like, passion is vibrations, like, for real, like, and then and there's a lack of passion, and then there's a strong amount of passion. Like, you could tell someone's who's passionate, like,
real passionate.
And that's that energy you feeling, like that passion, like, yo, man, you can get it. You think I get the job? You can get it. And then you walk away feeling that passion he just passed to you. Like, I'm gonna apply.
Yeah, you can pass energy. That's why. That's why it's always good to goddamn be cautious of who you keep around you when it comes to that, because the energy it runs off like water coming down a mountain. You know what I'm saying? You could be good energy, like you said, that positive energy, that passion you put onto another person, but also negative energy. They could feel that too. Like somebody complaining too much about something, and now their mood down, and you feel the mood too. It's like, oh, what the fuck? Like it fucks up everything. So I do feel like vibrations and you could feel people's energy through vibrations. I feel like that. Yeah, that's
facts. So you have to, just so you're saying, you got to monitor who you keep around you.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
It's a big effect on your future.
Oh yeah,
way more than it seems.
Way more.
I mean, oh my bad.
No, you good.
No,
I mean, like, yay and no for me. Like, I feel like if honestly, if you inside aren't strong enough yet, stay away from people that are like that.
Okay, that's a better way.
After you build such a level of passion, like the pastor, he can be around anybody. Like, no one's going to make him stop believing that God is taking his steps for him. Like, he's going to believe it no matter what. So eventually, like, you can get to that point, and like, if that should be a good measure, a good test. Like, if you get around people and you see eventually that what they're feeling is draining you, that's a test to you to let you know, okay, I thought I was at that level where I can stand any type of influence, but I'm a little weak, and that's cool. But just go back to the practice, like, in that temporary defeat type thing. Like, all right, maybe for now I can't be around bro. Like, but a month later I'm gonna keep practicing, self-worth, self-awareness, spirituality, etc. And I'm gonna come back, and because I want to be able to be around anybody and maintain myself. Like, that's almost like one of my, like, what's what they put in my book. I can't
forgot it.
Yeah,
I was gonna say you really couldn't have said it any better. I totally agree, because I was at that point where it was just like I couldn't be around certain people because I didn't know me yet. You know what I'm saying? And all that shit was influencing me. So I was like, fuck. Yeah. But now I'm at the point where it's like, nigga, I'm going wherever I want, whenever I want, and I'm gonna be me wherever the fuck I go.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, because that's how I feel a little bit more now than what I used to be. Like, I used to be able to have people affect my mood or your thoughts very easily, and now I got to a point, like you said, like building up spiritually and just mentally. It was like, it doesn't.
So I'm at this question for everybody, because I low key don't know how I got to this point. Do y'all know how y'all got to that point where it's like, okay, I'm kind of cool with who I am. You know, so I'm not gonna have that influence, people's influence, like getting on.
Like the exact moment where I was.
Yeah, do you know, like,
not you saying like consciously you knew?
Yeah.
Oh, that's I'll say about. This was kind of crazy to say, but maybe like 2 years ago almost. That's when I like actually became, like, I guess, more okay with being me. I would say that. I noticed it too instantly. Like, I stopped hanging around certain people. I just wanted knowledge, and that kind of I knew right then. I just wanted knowledge, and it was like, yeah, it definitely helped me become more of me and be okay with being in the room, talking like how I'm talking. Because before I was very conscious, like subconscious, like insecure about how I talk and shit like that. But now it's like it's not so much of a thing no more. Like, if I sound white or if I sound black or whatever, it is what it is. I used to always get that one. You sound white, so I used to goddamn feel real insecure about my voice back then. But no, it's a little different. What about you?
So, I think, like, I don't know the exact point when I realized it, but I think what happens is, I think like sometimes we're not conscious of it, but we do self-reflection. And, like, when you let go of certain stories, that's when you feel most comfortable. As an example of, I used to feel insecure when people would say I talk white, but then I acknowledged it and just let it go. Now I don't care. So when you let go of a lot of narratives that was running you, I think that's when because you're not really, it's not like you being more of yourself. You're just letting go of certain aspects of yourself. Yeah, insecurities. So that's how I feel about it.
Like we talking about shrooms, how like the feeling of let go-ness, how it like helps them. Yeah. I had to put that in there. How you feel about that, Brodie? What do you think you felt like you were?
Honestly,
okay
that's like
you?
I feel like that's a continuum. Like it's going to continuously be more and more. I feel like there was an initial point, and that may have come a long time ago. But as far as now, at this point, I feel like, because it's all about understanding, right? Like I might feel like I'm better, or I'm more aware, or I'm able to be myself more, but like, you know, practice makes perfect. You know what I'm saying? So like, the point where I thought I was great, maybe 3 years ago, I look back and I'm like, well, I still was I was still kind of sheltering myself and regressed. You know what I'm saying? But now I'm kind of like, when I know more, it's funny. Like recently, I've been reading more books than ever in my life. So it's like, you read a book, and most of them self-motivation, self-help type books. So like, you read them, and you're like, I've been doing this my whole life. Like they're telling you to do these things to grow in this area, and you're like, I've been doing this my whole life. You know what I mean? But then you realize, okay, I didn't know I was doing it though. Like I was doing it without knowing I was doing it. But now I know what I was doing was a course of action that is like a growing course of action. Like now I'm gonna apply it. Like I was doing it accidentally. Like the application was accidental. But now, so I guess to get better at the question, is just like, now I feel like since I know how to apply it more, like that I just got consistently be persistent and putting myself out there, and like I know I'm good, better than yesterday. You know what I mean? And every day is like that. So, but now I'm like, all right, do this. You're uncomfortable.
Growing never stops.
You know I do feel you in the sense, because like I'll say like back then, like it was unconscious. I didn't know what I was doing, but now, like you said, now you do know what you're doing, and you can apply that consciously. And it's like, okay, bet now, like it's just gonna keep. I mean, it's not gonna be a straight line, but it's gonna. You're gonna continue to go up. Yeah,
continue to grow and becoming more aware. I feel like that's a good word for it. Like becoming more aware and actually applying that. Yeah, I like that. That was a good question, man.
Hey, man.
I was a little thinker right there.
I got a question for you.
What's up?
I've been asking everybody at the job, and
did we pick your sandwiches?
I actually stopped asking people because, like, the reactions I got were like, I didn't even need 100 people for my survey. Like the first 5-10 people was like, but they either got offended and kind of drove off on forklifts.
What's this question?
And I'm talking to people, and I'm just like,
God damn.
Let me ask you a question. And they're like, they answer the question, and they're like, I mean, yes, but no. And then I break it down a little bit, and they're like, I was doing something. Yeah. Or you got like, nah, I don't want that. Then you got someone that's like, yeah, I'm going to be. But the question is,
I was to say, what's the question?
The question is, do you plan to be rich?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
To be rich?
Do you plan to be rich? That's the question.
Absolutely.
Not do you plan to be rich, but are you plan?
Like planning?
Yeah. Actively planning at the moment? Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I see what you're saying. I'm definitely planning to be well off. I don't really care to be super rich.
Rich is it's different for each person.
I'm about to say,
you know what I'm saying? Like
I'm talking about financially rich.
Yeah, it's still different. Like some people will be cool with like $70,000. That's cool. Then some people like, yo, fam, I need like fucking $3.5 million a year just to be good. And then you have those people like, nah, I need at least $100 million. You know what I'm saying? So it's all, that's, in my opinion, it's going to vary. Do I know what that number is? No. I can't even define it financially. I just define it as I can do what the fuck I want to do when the fuck I want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, all my bills taken care of. If I say, you know what? I like that car. I'm going to go get it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I want to, you know what? I want to go to Japan tomorrow. I'm going to do it. Like, that's the best way I can answer it.
I'm kind of like him in the sense where, as long as, like, if I could just do things on the fly, that would be like my definition. But I'm also aware that not everybody has to, but you should probably put a number towards it, some kind of number, so you have a goal. So it's like, okay, like the things that I'm doing now, I'm trying to generate income so I could do the next play, so the next play can lead to the next play. So I guess you could say like pen to paper. I am planning to go towards a number, like for the lifestyle that I want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know the number just yet, but when I get it, I'll let you know.
See, yeah, I've never had a number because I never seen it as a number. I always seen it as what can I do? Like you saying, like if I want to go tomorrow to Japan, I want to go. Like that's how I feel about wanting to be rich. It's not really like I need 100 mil, but it's just like I just need enough where I don't have to worry about my bills being paid every year. Like I don't have to worry about taxes or none of that. Like, I can still pay it and be okay, well off. Like that's my definition of like rich for me. Cause I don't. You could put a number on it and everything, but like I don't think money. I don't want to put so much emphasis on money because I don't really care for it that much because it's just a power thing, really. I feel like money is like used for a power thing, so I don't ever really put a number on like how much I want or anything because I don't want to put myself in a mindset of like I need to always have a lot of money or need to everything I do needs to have something involved with money in it so I can make more and more. Like I don't want that mindset, so that's why when you ask that question, I just think about like how you dad. I just want to be well off where I could be like my bills is all paid, and if I don't take a trip tomorrow, I could do it. Like,
yeah.
What about you though?
I want to be a trillionaire. So, and I feel like you can achieve those goals without sacrificing major values like personal connection and
a trillionaire.
Trillionaire, yeah. I mean,
I gotta disagree with you on that, but keep going.
Yeah, I mean, the millionaire of today is really the trillionaire of the 1900s.
True.
Really. And you know, by the time we get to 60, the Warren Buffett age, like all of them will most likely at least have almost $1 trillion. Like they're already at billions. So I mean, like, and that's kind of where it's like us, like the mind. I feel like of most of us black people are just kind of like money to me doesn't mean, you know, like being a trillionaire doesn't mean I'm going to have to be a money greedy person. Like I believe that a great idea that would generate billions after so many billions would just turn into $1 trillion. And I feel like all of us have the potential, like there's really enough to go around. Like it's not, I got to do you wrong, like no one wrong. Like there's not enough for all of us. Like I really think we all can have big money just because money, like the main emphasis is that $1 trillion sounds like a lot now, but I'm sure when we're 50, $1 trillion, like you're going to hear $1 trillion.
Yeah,
like,
it's going to be trillion.
You know what I mean? Like it's not going to be like everybody, like the same way people are like Kanye and all them got millions and they're like, we just trying to get our billion now. Like when we're 50, like we gonna all have, they gonna be billionaires. Like, man, we just trying to get our $1 trillion now. So like I'm just like, they say a lot of problem with people is that they can't see like past what they got going on now, so deep into the future. And so like just thinking deep into the future, like if you look on YouTube, and I know people just talking, but if you look on YouTube, there's a lot of people that's making millions off of Amazon FBAs, and you know, there's just so many avenues, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I said, the millionaire is really like the thousandaire, 100,000aire of the past. And so, you know, like really they say if you don't have $1 million, like the people that act like getting millions now, and they like, oh man, if you watch their videos, they're all just like, I just don't see how I didn't do this earlier. Because they're like, $1 million is just like a thought away almost, you know what I mean? Like a mindset shift away. Like you're just a shift away from $1 million. Like it's mostly because I feel like we think $1 million is so big that we think like we shouldn't achieve it. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times what we can't have, we show disdain. You know, what we feel. We just kind of just like shy away from it. Like I don't need it. And I mean, also it's like money isn't the most important thing. Like my son is more important than money. You know what I'm saying? But at the same thing is money's important. Like we work 8 hours a day typically to make money. So I mean, we can't say it's not important, but then we spend most of our time
trying to make
allocating it to money. You know what I'm saying? So it's really important. So if we could figure out a way to make money passively, and you know, like I don't see like there's nothing wrong with having that mentality and not and feeling strong about it. Like $1 trillion. You know what I mean? Like it's definitely possible. Like I don't see it. Like look at me now. It probably don't seem like it's possible. You know what I'm saying? But even like I read Think and Grow Rich, and I'm reading some other books, and it's just like the way they explain things is like you're just a thought away from it, and really the thought is the first step. Like once you change your mind to be able to think, all right, I can do this. Like next thing you know, you're doing stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like
to get that kind of money, I think you really have to create something that is going to be needed.
Yep.
Like the guy
without losing morals. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like the guy who there's a guy I seen. I think it was on TikTok or something. I seen it on Twitter. Do you remember those videos where the guy who's coming up to people, hey, that's a nice car. What do you do for a living?
Yeah.
Remember that shit? So he comes up to this guy and he's like, what do you do for a living? And he says to him, see when you swipe your card every time? I created that software. So I get a cent from the company for every person that swipes their card. You gotta get some shit like that, in my opinion, that won't like break morals, because bro, there's a lot. Majority of people out here is evil when it comes to that money, bro.
Yeah, that's why I disagree. That's why I disagree with you on that, because I feel like most of the people at the top that you think got there just from ideas and hard work, they most likely got there from doing something that is unmoral to them, or that they lost the moral.
Yeah.
And I say that because it's not. I haven't met nobody who's at that level yet, but I feel like the people that I do know who like already okay with money, they kind of dickheads. I'm not saying that's how they you have to be that sometimes to get to that level.
You gotta be willing to cross people.
Yeah.
Like, Jeff Bezos, the whole Amazon thing wasn't even his idea.
Never was.
It was one of his intern's idea. And he was like, oh, word back. Say less.
The same thing I heard about Einstein, like all the scientific stuff. I heard that he was getting all the information from like scientists in South America or some shit, where he used to like teach some school at or something. So that right there showed me like, oh, see, like not everybody is getting there for pure just genuinely getting there. You know what I'm saying? Without somewhat twisting their morals, because they didn't feel like. Because I feel like all of them say that, right? Like they didn't think they were going to change their morals, or I could do this and that. But what if that one deal that you need, you have to cross somebody? Are you going to do it? That one deal that's going to get you that could get you to already cross that mill or bill. You know what I'm saying? It's like how many people are going to take the chance to do it and not? Yeah. Most likely, when you already there, you're going to take that fucking chance. You know what I'm saying? That's one reason why I disagree with that. Because I feel like a lot of those billionaires, they all did it. I feel like none of them got there simply off of just a great idea and being passionate and not losing their morals. Because the business is difficult. You feel me? Like you go into business and you find out all this other stuff that you got to do and everything, and it takes like a long time to get there to actually get to those billions. And people find they want to take the easier ways. Most people are going to take the easier ways to get to their position. They're not going to go through a hard work, you know. At least most. I feel like most of the people at that top level of billionaires, you know.
At that point, their money is going to work passively for them.
Yeah.
You get to $1 billion, like I was talking to my old man about what's the difference between $1 million and $1 billion. Or whatever.
Not
like,
much.
No, it's a lot.
You think?
Yeah. So
lifestyle wise, I don't think it's much.
So look, he broke it down to me like this.
Yeah.
You $1 million. Don't quote me. Correct. Actually, it might be 100%. You have $1 million. If you spent like $77,000 for the next like 30 days, you'd be broke. That's $1 million. You're broke. Now, how long would it take if you had $1 billion? Damn near like 70 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's a big difference between that million and that billion. That's why I say when you get to that point where you're like, okay, I have millions. To get to that point, it's damn near harder than getting just that first million.
Yeah.
You know, so that's why I can't see it like you're not gonna have to double cross people out of shit.
Exactly. That's why I always say like I'm okay with just being okay. Like when you get to a point,
I can't like I said, I can't judge my shit off of that. I judge it based off of how I'm gonna feel.
Yeah.
Like I said, that's the reason I didn't put a number on it, because it's like, yo, if I'm happy, I mean, I'm happy now, but I still want more. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm pretty free now. I do what the hell I want, but I want to get more so I can have more freedom.
Full freedom, yeah.
Yeah.
Where your money making money for you. Yeah.
Like goal is not to have to work.
Yeah.
You know.
I feel like it's everybody goal. Like I say, money. Nobody cares about money until somebody tell them about it. You know, because when you come out as a kid, you don't think about money when you're a kid. Don't nobody think about money. Only people think about money is the people who wanted the power, and I feel like that's all they put that money.
Money was
came
created.
up with money. Yeah,
Money was created to establish power because before we were like on a
Trade.
barter system, and so basically the areas with the most stuff to trade, it was the wealthiest nations. So come on now, we gotta create some sort of balance. So let's create money.
Yeah.
That's it.
You feel like it'll always be that way though.
Me?
No, I'm saying like people are always gonna find a way for power. Like it was with trading, like you said, people who had the most trade had the most power. If they had a lot of things to trade, same thing with money. Whoever got the most money got the most power. So I feel like even if it wasn't money, do y'all feel like it would be another way somebody would find to have a way to control or power?
Yeah, because there's always those people out there.
That's true.
I mean, as far as that goes, me personally, I feel it's kind of hard because I don't personally know any millionaires.
Yeah.
And most of my evil money greed stories is what it is. It's a story. I heard of that. He crossed him and you know, I heard that person dropped this moral and I heard this, you know, but that's also just one story. You know what I mean?
I think I know where you're going with this.
And so it's like,
I hear you.
like the thing is, like, you got a lot of things that come into it. You got the fact that, you know, there's business and it, you know, this is not personal. You know, it's personal and then there's business, like, and then you got, you know, the idea that, like, if I was rich, if I had $1 trillion, right, and I wanted everybody to stay below me, I think my first thing I would do is make people think that money was evil, so they wouldn't achieve. Like I would subconsciously, subliminally make you feel like you gotta sell your soul, you gotta do this, and then you won't chase the money. And now there's just more people who's consumers instead of producers. You know what I mean? I would keep you.
But isn't that like another?
producing
That's a guy like who's like, isn't he like kind of breaking morals by telling people they shouldn't get money too?
No,
like,
I'm saying like
sneaky
there are
way?
definitely people out there like that, but I'm saying like a lot of us have this. I want to just be comfortable idea. Like I have it too, but it's one that I kind of don't want to have anymore. Well, it's not kind of. I don't want to have it anymore. Like because it's not about me, right? So I'm gonna have kids, and then I'm gonna have kids, you know. And so I want inheritance. I want to give them. So I gotta have more than what my life can have. Like I gotta have when my son, like me, I'm starting from the bottom. So and there's this weird idea that I started from the bottom. My son should start. I don't think my son should have to
talked
start
about
from
that
the
last
bottom.
time.
You know what I mean? So
that's a fact.
I want my son to have
Jackie
a
Chan the
place,
dickhead.
have the car,
Fuck Jackie Chan.
and all I want to keep saying is learn more. Read this book, learn. I don't want him to have to be physically labor and broke and enslaved and there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm saying like that's just like
there's something wrong with
we
that.
we always see those guys like our age and they're like in BMWs and nice cars and cribs, and we're like we're the same age. How they doing all that? And it's like their parents. We kind of look at it like, man, they just get it, you know, spoon fed. But no, I mean, that's what we were all supposed to be doing. Like we're supposed to be leaving.
Every generation is supposed to be different
for our kids, and I feel like our parents just kind of not their fault. They didn't know. We didn't know. We come from slavery. You know what I mean? Came from not reading books. We know how to read, and even now we know how to read. Most of us don't read, even though now. So it's like, you know, but and a lot of that, because like the books I'm reading, they're all talking about like you get money, but the main thing is serving people. Like that's how you will become rich is helping other people. You know what I'm saying? So it's like for the most part, and these are some successful people, so they're like it's not about that. And maybe they had to go through some moral situations where they weren't their best, and you know, I mean, we all going to do that whether we rich or not. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna cross you whether I'm rich or not, or accident, or in my growth of life. You know what I mean? So it's like,
but it's different if
you
it's
know,
on accident and intentional.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
I mean,
A lot
not
of
really. Like if I sin accidentally or sin intentionally, like I'm still sinning. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, but it's all about intent.
I mean, but
like I said, not really, because you say if you sin accidentally, you sin intentionally.
Nah.
Oh.
I'm saying like if I like a sin is what I'm basically getting at. Like You know what I'm saying? Like, we might not get consequence the same way, but at the end of the day, you sin. You know what I'm saying? Like, I killed the man on accident. I still killed the man. You know what I'm saying? Like, the man's still not alive. Like, it was an accident. It wasn't intentional, but the man's still dead. You know what I'm saying? So I still did something I'm going to learn from, and that's all this life is learning. You know what I mean? Growth, learning, mistakes. You know, you get greedy, you learn to be humble, you learn humility, then you gotta learn how to have self-control, then you get self-control, you forgot discipline, you know what I'm saying? And you just keep going down this cycle, you know what I mean? But I feel like as far as getting money go, like, you know, a lot of what people I hear say is always like, oh, I think you should just be happy and la la. And yeah, you should have intrinsic value. You should have character, integrity, honesty, truth. I think those are the things that generate happiness. Like virtue, like being a virtuous person would make you happy. You know what I'm saying? But I also believe that being a virtuous person will make you rich. You know what I'm saying? I think they're like one of the same. Like, I think that the idea has just been so like slewed because you got rappers who aren't even really rich. You know what I'm saying? But we kind of like compare them. Like, oh, they sold their soul. They did it for fame. They didn't do it for riches. Like, they wanted to be liked. You know what I'm saying? But then you got like Jeff Bezos. I think they said he made like $1 million an hour last year. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy. Yeah.
So I mean, like, and then with the whole idea thing, like, he might just took somebody's idea, but who's to say? Like, most of us who have an idea and never put it to use. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
I mean, but we don't know if the guy tried to put it to use or not.
We do. He gave somebody else the idea, and he ain't used it.
We don't know.
So it was actually the guy was working from him. He was working for him. He was an unpaid intern, and that's where he got the idea from.
Oh, that's a sly move.
Yeah, so
Sly Cooper move, right?
But on some real shit, I know both of y'all know what he's saying, but I know what you're saying because there's these rich people or gurus that do seminars, and this is pretty universal across the board. They'll bring a whole bunch of middle class or low class people who wants to make $1 million, and most of their limiting beliefs. One of the main limiting beliefs to the reason why they can never reach that is just simply the fact that they think like rich people are evil. But then when you ask them how many rich people do they know,
they don't know none.
They don't know any. And then they start hanging around rich people and was like, oh, okay, cool. So I get what you're saying in the fact that
I understand that too when he was saying that. Hell yeah.
Like we hear all these trillionaire stories, but like we probably don't know any.
Well.
But the other thing was, I do fuck with your quest to become a trillionaire, because another thing they'll say is like, for the people who they'll say everybody should strive to be a millionaire or billionaire, not for the money itself, but because the person you'll become in pursuit of trying to get it. Whether if you hit that goal or not, the person you'll be is like you'll be crazy. Yeah. Like you would have been so like improved because you're trying to get something. And if you don't get that thing, you felt, and if you don't get that thing, you short of it. At least you short close to it, and it's not like you set a goal.
Yourself off.
And that's why I did it. Like, I was like, if I do $1 trillion, I at least be $1 million. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I don't want to think $1 million, because it's almost like bargain. Like, I got my first car. He wanted $1,500. I got it for $1,000. He was like, I was like, I got $1,000. He was like, 14. I got $1,000. He was like, you know, and we went down and I got it for $1,000. You know what I'm saying? So he wanted $1,500, but he settled for $1,000. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I actually do intend on getting $1 trillion, being a trillionaire, but I do. If not, I know it'll be in that realm. Like, I'll be, like you said, on the ladder too. And I mean, it's mostly like, it's like, I think we get selfish and self-interest mixed up. Like, you can have self-interest and not be selfish. I think like you should on the job to do good for yourself, but you can also know, if I do good for myself, I can do good for other people too. Like, it's like if you're on a plane and it's about to crash, you gotta put your mask on first. So you gotta have some self-interest if you ever want to help anybody. Like, you gotta maintain the person that can produce.
And one example that I could think of off the top of the head, it wasn't it's before money, it's before the dollars, but Remember that guy that you told me about, Kenny? Like that guy in Africa who's like one of the richest.
Mansa Musa? No,
Yeah.
not one of the richest man ever.
African
Yeah.
African dude. You're talking about the African king.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure. Do you know his story? I don't know his story, but I'm pretty sure that would be.
That's basically what you're talking about. Something
Yeah.
like that. Because they were like, based on hearing you, like I said, this is our first time meeting. Seems like you're stuck on that. You have good morals, though. You know what I'm saying? And the only thing I'm gonna say is, because I want you to get that shit. Do not strive from it. Because I know people who got money.
What's that mean? Don't strive from it.
Don't let nobody infringe upon your morals.
Oh,
I've been in those rooms. You know, I've been blessed to where it's like I have family, I have friends where they got that kind of money. And being around them, I hear this shit. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like you're gonna get into positions to where there's gonna a lot of shit that's gonna test your morals.
For sure.
Like I'm not gonna put my business out there, but there's gonna be. I'll tell you off camera. There's a lot of shit that's gonna test your morals, dude.
Yeah.
So as long as like it might take a little longer, but as long as you know that, just prepare for it.
That's the thing. It's gonna take longer if you don't. That's why I want people to understand. Like it's gonna take longer if you keep your morals. And it's like how willing are you to strive for that trillion or billion? Because will it break your morals or will it not? You feel me?
That's really
that's when it comes to that
is.
point. That's why I have an issue with money. Like everybody want to be rich, and I understand that. I ain't saying I don't want to be well off either, but as humans, I feel like we're not supposed to even be worrying about like that. Like that's not like no human ever worries about anything like that when they're first born, or even the older humans. They never worried about having so much power like that.
Back
with
in
money.
the days, what was we worried about? The basic necessities.
Yeah,
I need to eat. I need some shelter. You know what I'm saying? Everybody around me were good.
and I can't speak on it because I wasn't around that time, but they seem pretty present and they seem pretty happy.
That's why I look at it as more of like a spiritual thing for me when it come to like wanting to strive to be a millionaire or whatever. It's like I say I probably feel like I won't break my morals, but like I know it's gonna take longer too if I don't. So it's like, what you gonna do? And I'm okay with not being a millionaire if I gotta break my morals to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, how many will you guys be okay with that? Like, if you feel like
I like the person I'm becoming, so I would not. I can't at this point. I can't see myself. But remind me of some anime shit. But it's most likely gonna come to you in your highest time of need.
Yeah.
You know, and then that's when really you can. It's when it'll really test your character. Because right now we're good. Yeah, I ain't gonna do that shit. I ain't gonna do it.
If you anchor yourself strong and you say this is who I am and I'm not, what's the word? I'm not bargaining for nothing. Like I'm not changing. Yeah. You're gonna get tested, like you just said, and it's gonna be. It could be like you said when you most need it or most vulnerable. But so the test is gonna come. But that's like with the shit that you're saying. I do think that's how. It's important to anchor yourself, know who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like
build yourself.
I feel like if you're more spiritually, like that won't happen. But also, if you're more spiritual, you'll understand. I feel like you'll understand that I might not reach that before my lifetime ends. You know what I'm saying? Like, will you be okay with that, or is it just such a thing that you have to do? Like,
and like you said, it's a tent. The whole purpose of going for the trillion is the person you become. Yeah. Because if you should be fine if you get it or not, but you would like I said.
That's why you were saying like strive to get somewhere near, but it don't have to be there.
Because that whole journey is just gonna build your character, and you're gonna change along that journey. And then you might, you know what I'm saying, might be like, you know what, this is where I need to be, or you know what, fuck it, I need to go farther. You know.
But if that's what you want, you gonna see it. You gonna see
that's a fact.
I mean,
that's a fact.
A lot of I feel what y'all saying. I mean, cause I don't know anyone, but I could definitely tell. Just in like artists' careers, how they start off rapping a certain way, and you can just tell that
switches
they
all
changed because of a status they wish to obtain. But I mean, it's like what you said, Eric, about anchorage. Like you, like those guys didn't change because something outside. They changed for what was inside. So they changed because it was already in them to be that type of person. They just got the opportunity to be that person that was already.
We was talking about that last episode. So, I was like, "What? How many people are gonna get $1 million? How many are gonna be dickheads once they get that $1 million?" You know what I'm saying?
The ones that be dickheads is the ones that
was
already. So it's like, and that's where I started. That's where I started. You know what I mean? But like I was telling you earlier, Kenny, I was like, body and soul,
Mm-hmm.
or spirit, body, and mind.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, cause like, all right, so you know, like for me personally, like I'm getting close with God, and I read my Bible every day, and you know, but I also read my books. I also go to the gym. I've been doing this vegan thing for a year, Dr. Sebi Alkaline. You know what I mean? Just all strides, trying to put it in the equal effort. And so it's like I'm getting a lot of deep understanding about this whole Bible, and it's like it's so cool because it's like it's really like a manual. It's like the Old Testament so far is like almost everything you can imagine possible in life is already written in the Old Testament. And if you, that's why I say we should study, you know, daily and keep the words with us, because like you said, your morality is going to be questioned. But if you're, like you said, also if it's anchored from a place of, you know, like I'm a child of God. I know how. I'm learning how. Cause I ain't gonna say I know. It's so deep, but I'm learning how to do right. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But like, all right. So as far as riches go, Abraham, he was rich. They said he was rich in cattle, silver, and gold. You know what I'm saying in the Bible? Like, and he passed that to his son Isaac, and Isaac to Jacob. And when Joseph went to Egypt and brought his family, like they had to send carriages to bring all their family, to bring all their stuff. Like we were, like his children was already like,
It was set.
like, so it kind of lets you know, like it is God's intention in a sense for us to have money, like to at least have money enough where his son was already set. Like Abraham was rich, you know what I mean? Like, and you know, like there's different levels of rich that there's talked about in the Bible. There's righteousness rich and all these, but when it says he's rich in cattle, silver, and gold,
That's wealth.
that's
wealth.
you know what I'm saying? He's telling you which rich he talking about right there, you know, and that's at the beginning of the book. And then even in Adam and Eve's story, it's like, you know, they're in the Garden of Eden. You know, Eden means pleasure. So, you know, like literally they was in the garden where, in a sense, they abundance. Like they had every tree they could eat off of except for one, and they chose lack. They got tricked by the enemy and chose the one tree out of the billion, maybe, because we don't know how many. It could have been a billion trees in Eden. And they went all the way to the middle and seen that one, and Satan was like, man, forget all them trees. Look at this one. You want that one. And then we just, you know what I'm saying, they just got, you know, but my point is, like, you know, like, morality is questioned, because even them in abundance, they got questioned there. But, like, that's what their spirituality, and your mind and your body comes. I feel like it's with, like, right now, before the riches come, I'm walking with God, and I feel like being his child, he's rooting out all of this. Like, I didn't even know I was envious of people, like, really. And then I realized, I'm a little bit of a hater too. Like, dang, I didn't know I was a hater. I thought he was a hater. I'm a hater too. You know what I'm saying? Like, dang, I do get jealous. Like, dang, I can't control myself when I see a girl. Like, I want to have sex every time I see a girl. But
we're
like,
all human, man. That's all human.
but it's like,
you already beat that part right there. The first part in anything is admitting, okay, fuck, I got a problem.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like, you know, when I think about it like that, I'm like, okay, why is he taking me to this experience of, you know, like, of acceptance? You know what I mean? Like I've been practicing celibacy, and it's like, before I ever started, I was like, me? Like, I'm a Scorpio, you know? I know, like, I don't do that, you know what I'm saying? Like, what? That's not even, they don't even put those words together, you know what I'm saying? Like, but like now, over time, it's been like, oh, I can see myself doing that. But those is kind of like, now when I'm getting closer to the riches, it's like, okay, he's breaking, like, when you follow these rules, it's not necessarily for him. He don't need no rules. He's omnipotent, you know, omnipotent, you know, self-sufficient. He don't need us to do this. You know what I mean? He gave us these rules for us, like, so we can sustain ourselves. So like by having the fruits, self-control, joy, content, happiness, humility, like, you practice these things, like, he's telling you to practice these things, you know what I'm saying? That don't mean you won't fail.
Yeah.
But, I mean, like, if you fail trying to do the best you can, like, you know you're gonna fail. Like, he says you're gonna fail, you know what I mean? Like, so it's like, you can't be afraid of maybe dropping the ball on morality. Well, in my mindset, like as a believer, like not saying anybody else should believe what I believe, but my mindset as a believer, like I can't be afraid of dropping morality because I know that's not my intention. My intention is to do good by everyone, and and especially be in the presence of God and do good. You know what I'm saying? But I also know by His mercy and grace and the saving that if I do fail, you know what I'm saying, that's what the salvation is for. You know what I'm saying? Like, 'cause we all want to fail. Like, if it was up to us, none of us.
Okay, so I understand what you're saying because that's coming from more of like being a religious person. What you saying?
No, I'm not religious. I'm not religious.
You're not religious?
I believe God, but religion is the fact that you got to do something to get something, and you got to be a part of something to, like, I don't have to stand in no church. I don't go to church. I don't have to listen to gospel.
So you just Christian?
No, I'm not Christian.
I know what
because you're going off the Bible so much. It's hard for me to believe that you're not any of those.
No, I actually know where you're coming from because I actually met somebody like you who was they were very, very spiritual, but they were quoting the Bible and talking about Jesus and God. So I was like, oh, you Catholic or Christian? But no, that's just their frame of reference. And you let me know if I was wrong, but I understand, like, you're not Christian because religious is like you going to the church, you know what I'm saying, you're doing all that kind of because you have to, but you just have a relationship with God.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, yeah, like because you got to think Christian comes from Christ, and that's not even His real name. Like, so you in Hebrew, it's a different name and everything. So
you just go based off of like the Bible, but you don't necessarily say you're religious.
Nah, because I mean, like,
you're just spiritual. Off of the
Jewish people believe the Bible. Catholic.
They don't got a different Bible.
Nah, it's just in Hebrew. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
I'm about to. That makes me it makes me think about the shit I'm trying to do because I grew up Christian and I'm like, I ain't really rocking with all that shit. But you should try it. Honestly, because I'm about to try this shit too. I want to read like a whole bunch of different religious books.
That's what I want to do too. That's what I want to do. I don't ever want to like quote or just sit and think off of one religion, like, because
I knew exactly what the fuck you was saying. Because I was like, I grew up like that. Would be this shit you're saying. I was like, yup. I got that shit,
Yeah.
But I always wanted to be like, you know what? What do other people think about this? Why are they so different? Then you know what I'm saying? Why are their reference points different? So. Shit, I downloaded the fucking Quran on my shit, the fucking Book of Mormon, and about the Book of Law, but as the most wickedest man in the world, they said Aleister Crowley. Mm-hmm. So I want to hear that shit. Yeah, that was some shit that was known as like, that nigga was like taboo, like don't fuck with the shit.
Because he was just telling people to just do as you please, right?
So that was his biggest thing, do what thou wilt, you know. Mm-hmm. But and then that's like it's kind of like, I don't want to say a paradox or like hypocrisy, because it's like, depending on who you are, if you do what you want, it could be horrible, or it could be not bad. You know what I'm saying? It could be fucking amazing. So, I don't know. That's just my journey, and I don't know. I felt compelled to do that shit like probably a month ago.
Hey, it was just hard for me to understand that. Like, you made me understand it a little bit better, but it's still hard for me to understand.
Like, we kind of in the same way.
Because like you're still going, like, regardless if you feel like you're not like going off of like a religion. I mean, but you're going off of religions. Like, the Bible is a religious thing, so
it is.
Regardless,
because
it's not. Where the Bible was never used as a religious thing.
Nah, it's made religious. The Bible is not religious. There's no word. There's never been mention of religion in the Bible. Like, the Bible never uses the word religion. Like, we use the word. There's no plot in the Bible that says
religion basically is like, I don't say it's a form of cult, but
I mean, kind of. Yeah, you know. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's like another cult. It's just a cult that we accept.
Like,
you know,
God in the Bible doesn't say anything about religion. He just saying that I created everything and tested how you want to. That's kind of what he's saying.
Just experience life, right?
Yeah,
that's how I see it. That's how I see spiritual.
You will come to this point, and then
that's why I was like, bro, I gotta read I gotta get my hands in all the other shits, because that's just that perspective.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I was
just like, just that perspective.
That shit's fire. Like I said, I grew up with the shit, you know, but I want to know the other shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Why is it that we the only people who's on that shit? Is like, okay, bet we believe this. Why is not everybody else believing this shit?
Yeah, everybody have different beliefs. You know, when it comes to like, and I guess they just put it in a category.
Yeah,
and I feel like spirituality. I feel like it doesn't have a category. I feel like it's just being aware of that. There's something after this.
There's being aware that there's something.
Yeah, there's
You know what
something.
I'm saying?
But
There's
you
something.
don't know what it is, but there's something.
Like,
That's what I feel like. Yeah.
It's being aware that where there is good, there is bad.
But I understand perfectly where Brodie's coming from. I understand you like
That's-
all the way. What you're saying, like I understand that for a fact.
Yeah.
Oh, before I forget, I'm gonna get you in the room with some millionaires. I am. Remember we was going on them walks?
Yeah. We can do
Them
that.
niggas was loaded.
Mm-hmm.
They was loaded. I got you. I'm gonna put you on them. I mean, like I said, like you were saying before, niggas with a little bit more money, a lot of times they're just us. They do. The only difference is it was put best to me, my OG. Group of his friends with money. The only difference between them and us is when they say, "What you trying to do?" And we be like, "Oh, shit, I don't know, whatever." These niggas really mean whatever. That's the only difference.
Yeah.
We gonna be like, yeah, it's whatever. Yeah. Head over to the Absolute or some shit, get some food. These niggas be like, fuck, I really want some pasta. Fuck, let's go to Italy.
Yeah.
Super Bowl's in like an hour. We can catch the jet.
Yeah, that's shit like that. That's
one
really
of my goals, bro. I was telling Kenny like one time, bro, we just gotta like go
Take
to
a
a
trip. Go get
bro, just go
he
to a
said
different
that.
state or country.
just to go get lunch and come back. That's some real.
Yeah.
That's some real shit.
That's funny.
Yeah,
That's the most unnecessary shit ever, but it's
it
funny.
is. But that's the only difference. That's a lot of times the only difference. And that brings up another question. Do you guys know how to go ahead and get to that first million?
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna give you a quick little example.
Flow, man.
Look, I've been going with the flow. The reason I have these ideas and shit is because of the people I've been around. You know, that's why I say I do. Even though like I'm coming into myself, I still am like, yo, the people you're around, it's different because it's like you have those people who are like, yo, I'm trying to make money. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna figure out every fucking way to make this money. Your conversation is gonna be different.
It's different.
You know what I'm saying? Like you kicking with some of the
Definitely.
homies who's not on nothing. Shit.
I see that all the time.
That-
When I come chill with y'all niggas.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm like, bro, I can't even chill around the old people I used to hang around no more.
I
but
can't. Like
it's
I love
ridiculous.
them all to death, but I knew for a fact it was like, bro, I'm trying to be here. You can meet me up here, fam, but I can't go back down to where you're at.
Exactly.
Because you gotta
You know?
change your ways, and like if you keep going back, like or just always being around that type, it's not.
And
it's
that's
not gonna help.
that brings back to like what we talk about in the beginning of the shit, the vibration. The people that you're talking to now, the millionaires, they're just talking at a higher money frequency than maybe like some of your old friends who just don't got those ideas or not interested. But like I said, the people you talk to now, they've been there, done that. And half the time, it's not even that they saying anything crazy. They just talk. It's just the ideas that's in their
Like I
head.
said, it's really just the ideas.
You have to
the
be
different.
open, like you have to be a creative person, I guess, in a way, or a sense of being able to know, feel like you could do anything for
and
any ideas that come.
You gotta, in my opinion, you just have to take the risks.
yeah,
You know what I'm
take the
saying?
risk.
That's really what it is. You take the risk because that shit might pop. And what I realized is you don't gotta reinvent the wheel.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Just add another component to that bitch.
Yeah,
You feel me?
that's like it's
Add
like
the check
kids,
to the
man.
card.
Like it's like having almost a
Like-
kid mindset. Like when I was saying that before, like you have to, like kids take risks and they don't give a fuck. Everything just it can happen and they can do it. You know, like from your experience, is that how like kids think? Because I don't got no kids, but you do. Like your son feel like he could do whatever and just takes risk.
A lot of ways, yeah.
Yeah,
A lot of ways.
because I feel like I see kids all the time. They're just so like open. Their mind is just could take anything. They just ready to go at it. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no doubt in their mind about anything. They just take risks.
And the way I think niggas should really go to get these millions is learn a skill.
Yeah.
Once you
Learn
learn
a
a
skill,
skill,
yeah.
you're gonna be needed.
Mm-hmm.
And once you're needed, the
Really,
fucking,
just
now they
find
gotta
a way
pay.
that people need you. Yeah, like
That's
it doesn't matter
literally-
what the skill is or what do you do. It just find a way that people need you around where
You
nobody
really-
else can do it.
Yeah.
You really get rewarded like in this system if you just add value to the market.
Yeah.
So like you said, being needed, that's really like
That's
you
how
said.
you. That's literally how you make.
That's it.
You
The
know,
money.
48
You
laws
find
of
a way.
power.
That's
Like,
it.
They say the 48 laws of power. It says it's the same kind of thing.
Just you gotta find a way, man. And once you do that, you're set.
Mhm.
Like I said, you look. You audio engineer. There aren't too many people who can do that shit.
So,
You know, you get enough money. You say you open your own spot. You say you was charging the studio 16 hours just to record.
Yeah.
Imagine if fucking you have multiple rooms and you have 3 people going at the same time and they all book fucking 10 hours. Now you do the math.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's not even talk about. You just say, "Oh, Kenny, I didn't even mix the shit. I didn't even do this and that and that." That's not even recording them. Them
Hey,
shits.
hold on. Hey, hold on. Can you check see how much camera battery life left on the camera?
We should be good.
Yeah,
Should be like halfway, right?
Yeah, we got 57 minutes.
Yeah,
we
see,
still got
should be
57
like
minutes?
halfway.
Oh, okay. We can make this a little longer podcast. What? How long? What time you guys?
hey man, enjoying it.
Oh, we cooling. Oh, we cooling. I fuck it. I love it. I love it.
I mean,
Yeah, we'll talk about.
you definitely want to get a skill. Like,
You're working on one right now, right?
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I mean, it starts with a thought. The thought turns to desire. The desire is backed by faith. Then your faith is reprogrammed over and over. Then you apply organization, planning, persistence. Well, decision, persistence. Get rid of fears. And you know, like you said, take that risk. I mean, when a lot of, I think the funny thing to add to risk is like a lot of times when people say take risks, people take risks, but it got to be calculated risk.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like you said, you want to acquire maybe the skill first before you just stop your job and then start trying to acquire skill that you're not good at yet and ain't at a point to make no money from it. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe once you get that skill, you get another skill because you might want to have a contingency planner. You know what I'm saying? You want to have something to fall back on, but make sure it's not like work. You know what I mean? Like, so you might want to gain this skill, but then like, you know, like audio engineering is your first skill, but then if not, you can always go make a website and make some bread this way. You know what I'm saying? While it's slow, just in between time, the meantime, because like we hear like people that made it be like, you just gotta take a risk, and then. You know, like we're like fragile people. So you know, like we're like, all right, let's take this risk.
Right.
Then we take the risk, and then we didn't know what they meant by that. So then we just take a dumb risk, and then next thing you know, it's like you fail, and then like you don't do it again because you're like, nah, I took a risk. I already failed.
Yeah,
I can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of
gotta be calculated.
You gotta be
That's all.
calculated. Gotta be persistent though, like. Because even if you do fail, like before I came to this job, I was working construction, and I quit my job. You know what I'm saying? Like the dumb way. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, heck, shit, I'm doing Instacart. God dang, I'm making about 200 in like 7 hours some days. You know what I mean? Like, shoot, I'm tired of this construction. You know what I'm saying? And then it was rocking. You know what I'm saying? I had a little more free time, and then. Something went down and I couldn't Instacart anymore. And then I was like, dang. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't had no type of, I didn't know how to save. I didn't save. I didn't know how to save. Because you could say you know how to save, but like, you got to learn how to save.
You have to learn how to save.
Like,
And Brodie, I ain't gonna lie, Brodie low-key helped me learn how to save. So he told me about this thing, right? It was, I didn't even know you could do this. It was like you could have half or however percent of your check go into your savings automatically. I didn't know that.
I was just telling them about that shit. That's what I do.
I didn't know that, but Brodie low-key helped me just save like $300. Like, come on. no cap. So, it's kind of crazy. But, yeah. So, since, what was about to be? This bring me to another topic about being rich.
Give me one sec. I have a quote. It's an African proverb by, this is probably not her, but Martha Goddard. This is definitely not her. But the quote is, if you want to go far, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's for everything, man.
So it's like
have a team.
We can, So alone, we can definitely do that shit real quick. You can run it up. You just say you get you a skill, you work on that, you master that, you're good.
Yeah.
But like, to say that same thing with that skill. Say I'm just gonna use this shit because this is what I do for a living. Say we do the apartment maintenance shit. You know what I'm saying? We're working on the HVAC units and all that shit. Say I learned that shit. Cool. I can only work so hard. You know what I'm saying? I can only put in, there's only 24 hours in a day. I can't really do too much with that. But if I bring a team, and say I get 5 guys or whatever, and I teach them what I know. I give them a portion of the earnings for the jobs that they do. I keep a little bit, and then that's how, you know what I'm saying, you build that wealth within the community.
That's true. That's true.
You keep a little bit.
Yeah.
Everybody be wanting to keep a lot. You keep a little bit. Cause
that's what these big companies do, man.
Yeah, so that's
they
what the
keep
big companies
so much when it's like they don't even need that much. Like you just take what you need, but like it's like why they do so much? It's ridiculous. But about the topic being rich, it brought me to this article I read yesterday about intelligence and how does it make you happy in life? Like being smart, like having a person with a higher IQ level, are they happier than people with lower IQs? And that just brought me to the topic of the same thing, like being rich. It's like, do you ever have the high IQ to be able to be rich?
No,
it's like no. But the article, that's what the article was saying. I was talking to Brodie with this outside before he went in here. In the article, it was saying that he put intelligence as in like well-defined problems and like poorly defined problems. It was like problems where like it takes A, B to get to here, and then other problems like what's the purpose of life or what's the key to happiness. Those are like poorly defined problems. You know, it's not no A, B, and then you get D. It's no, and it was saying that like even people, they did studies where like people who have higher IQs and maybe better off in life, like have, you know, doctors, lawyer or something like that. You know, they have family and everything, but like the happiness level was still low. And it was like, and that right there, it just, that's why I would kind of like getting millions in that. Like, do y'all think that's gonna make y'all happy or?
No, you got to be happy before that.
Yeah,
before that, right?
You have to.
And do you think IQ plays a part in that?
No, I know some dumb niggas who's happy as shit.
Yeah. No, I'm on his. I'm on Kenny's type of time. If you're very, very depressed, and you like escaping reality, if you get $1 million, you're still gonna be depressed, and you're gonna have more tools to escape reality.
Yeah.
And if you, same thing. If you just a happy person, and the IQ thing for me, like, I don't think that matters because you can have a high IQ, but like you might not be very smart socially, or you might not have your
IQ,
emotional capacity.
IQ is a horrible way to measure intelligence.
It is because it's like we put it on one thing. Like the guy in the article, the guy was saying that like we always put intelligence with just, you know, math and like being able to be super smart and solve these problems. When it's like there's more to intelligence than that, because there's people who are not good at none of that things and they're still rich, and some of them are still even way more happier than people who are way more intelligent.
You heard of school smarts. You heard of school smarts and street smarts.
Yeah, it's like the same. It's like people who's intelligent, but they're not rich, nor are they happy. So it's like, what's really is intelligence, you know? And I was thinking about that a lot, because I always think about that a lot with myself too. It's like, because I feel like I used to be dumb. You feel me? I wasn't always the best in school. Never was a really AB honor roll student.
That's just school smarts.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
The curriculum's not made. That's gonna get me into my more African stuff.
Yeah.
But the curriculum's not made for us, brother.
It's not.
The way shit is taught to us is not made for us. So if you got it, kudos to you.
Here you go, this African bombard.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Bro, look,
I wasn't even talking about race.
Fam, look, when my eyes became awoke to this shit, I see it within everything. So it's like, bro, I know you. Fuck.
It's just funny.
No one will bring that shit up. Like I said, my eyes became open to it. And I'm like, damn, we really getting fucked in multiple categories, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah.
So, Brodie, what do you think about that? 'Cause I asked you outside, like, so do you think intelligence is more than just, you know, being able to be book smart, I guess, and does it play a part in being happy and rich?
I don't know Webster's definition, but I feel like intelligence is
I have to take this.
Your ability to obtain or acquire knowledge. You know what I mean? So I mean, I know a lot of people that's.
Does it matter what form? Like I said, does it matter like what form? I mean, like, is it in school or you acquire knowledge about anything. Life?
Yeah. I think intelligence is just being able to know how to acquire knowledge,
or solve problems,
and solve problems with the knowledge you acquire.
Right.
But you know, this is how I see it. Like, you know, if I want to you could be intelligent behind a forklift. You know, you can learn how to acquire
Some real
the
shit.
knowledge
That's true.
to drive that
Hella dumb
forklift.
motherfuckers out the
And
forklift.
so, but the person with creativity and leadership is going to be the person who can get people that's intelligent to come together and solve his bigger problem. You know what I'm saying? With delegation, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I mean,
So is it two different intelligence then, or is
Or
it,
that-
I mean,
or is
I
it
think
just
it's just
or
one
just such a one?
intelligence. It's just you. What are you intelligence? Like, what do you do with your intelligence?
And-
Like, are you going to just learn all you can learn about math and arithmetic, or are you planning on using that so you can open a finance company and then use that and then switch your intelligence focus to this and switch your intelligence focus to this and then outsource and then branch out and then now you got these magical arms working for you, puppets and stuff,
And that's funny because the article was saying something about that, how like is intelligence like, is it with a certain thing, you know what I'm saying, like somebody's really intelligent in this, or somebody's really intelligent in like computer science, or somebody's really intelligent in audio engineering, you know what I'm saying? So, and it's like, does that define intelligence too? And it was some rebuttal to it. I'm gonna see if I can find it real quick, but it was a rebuttal to that being like that, as you were saying, intelligence in different areas. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I really don't
I
know.
100% agree with there's intelligent in different areas. There is. That's
I'm gonna see
literally
if I
what I
can
was saying.
find that.
School smarts and street smarts.
Yep.
You know?
and a wise person know how to use
Yeah.
intelligence
Yeah.
to different degrees and like I said, collaborated to make a bigger plan, a bigger picture. You know what I mean?
Hey,
Like,
look. Sorry, I cut
No,
you
you
off.
go ahead, man.
I was gonna say that plays into that togetherness. If I know for a fact I fucking suck at math and arithmetic and all that shit, but for what we trying to do, we're gonna need math and arithmetic. But you're good at it. You hopping on the team because you're gonna cover my weaknesses. I'm gonna cover your weaknesses.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's how it's supposed to be. Nobody's like dominant in every category. We literally
Yeah.
supposed to be. It's supposed to be
We're
teamwork.
supposed to be together. That's the one thing about humans. Well, that's why I think about like money and power so much, because it's like some people who are like running the big stuff, they're not thinking about the people. You know,
Yeah.
it's kind of
they think about the people. They think about they
they
people.
they people, but I mean as a whole human mankind. Like,
See, but the
If
thing
they're
about it
making
is
profit.
like that's where it's different though.
I'm not saying like
it's
helping
not
everybody
their-
get rich.
It's not
though.
their. That's like it's up for us. Like
It's not
to
their
do
concern.
our. It's up for us to do our due
See,
diligence.
that's what I'm saying. I'm
to
not saying
become-
everybody need to be rich. That's not what I'm
Me
saying.
neither, but I'm saying it's like it's up to us. Like just because I'm rich, like you said earlier, like you could you could take the cow or what did they say? You could take them to the water. They ain't gonna drink. So if you was like to be caring about everyone, a lot of them wouldn't drink. Like you'll be like, because you can't do it for them. You can only show them. But like even when I talk to people at the job about like mindsets, read books, like I can tell they're looking at me like, yeah, but
Here's the
they
thing,
ain't
that's
go,
what
they're
that-
not going to go home and read a book. They're
So
going to
that
be
plays
like,
into
they just
a lot of what
took
they're-
my energy. You know
what
what I mean?
they're
In a
exposed
sense,
to.
like it ain't take my energy because I'm happy to do it.
Yeah.
But in a sense, like all they did was took that and did nothing with it. You know what I mean? And they want it for that temporary dopamine that they get of feeling. Feeling what I feel like I'm passing my vibration. They like that. Like they're like, yeah, man, we can do it.
Everybody have to take
Like,
their own
and
route. I know
but
what
they
you're
that
saying,
fuse it don't stay on. Like they get they drive off with that forklift and you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
Majority of people don't want to be rich, bro.
See, but that's what I wasn't trying to say. You guys get confused on what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying that like a rich person need to help everybody get rich. I'm saying that the people who don't care, who are already so rich they don't care about money, but they're influencing everything else. It's just because it's no longer about money. That's what I'm saying. But like they do that, but with not the intentions of humankind. Like actually doing good for everybody. They're using the power for their own like greed or not greed, but their own destruction or whatever they want to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I mean. I don't mean like helping people get rich, but like because everybody that has to be their own thing. Like you said, everybody like you say when reading the books, know people to read books. Like you told me plenty of times, and I haven't read probably not even one except for 58 Laws of Power. I read a little bit of it, but like that. Yeah, I understand what you said.
no, he ain't read it. It's 48.
48.
I read
56.
I did read
56 laws of power.
I did read some of it. I read some of it, bro. I listened to some of it. All right,
Yeah.
I listened to some of
Yeah,
it.
look,
How about
I read
that?
some.
I listened to like the first couple of laws. All right, goddamn.
Nah, but I get what you're saying.
You know what I'm
like,
saying? Nah, yeah,
I get what you're saying, but it still applies. Like why would I care about how you feel about my course of action or the world's course of action when most of the guys in the break room only talk about sports? Dolphins, that's my team. I'm like, how's that your team? Are you signing their checks? Like, are you getting paid to market them? Because you're wearing their hat, you're doing all, but it's and they like about to fight in that break room, man.
Niggas
Like,
do
I'm
that all
like,
the time,
bro.
bro.
So it's like, why would I care when you know the level of mind that most people on? Like, yeah, I'm gonna go for
so it's like this.
action
So it's like this.
because their course of action might benefit the people who are like minded with them.
So it's like destroy the world still, even though
I
you
think,
know what I'm saying.
I think you're not getting quite what Deric is trying to say. So let me just try. So the richest guy that we talk about, what's his name in Africa?
Matt Samusa.
So
a tattoo of him.
What?
Yeah.
Look, I feel it. But he had all that wealth, right? And like I said, it wasn't his job to care about anything, but what he did do was use it for non-destructive purposes. Like, he would help out his community. He had so much money that he would give it away and he would try to build up. And I think some of those people, like in the United States, it's not their obligation to do anything, but what is actually happening is destruction for, like, the citizens.
For human, like, citizens and just humankind in general, that later on in the future, it doesn't preserve us. You feel me? It's like you're destroying us more than you're preserving us, and that's what you're not caring about. So it's like, what is this for? Are you doing all this to destroy the world and for you to own everything? Like, what? You know what I'm saying? That's what that's exactly what I kind of meant by that. Yeah.
So I hear you with that. Yep, 100%. The thing is, with that, those people have all that.
Like, you don't have to make everybody rich, but it's like that's not.
They're the reason why. Honestly, a lot of times, like I said, I believe it is selfish desire, dude.
Like Bill Gates.
Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, it's selfish desire because technically, to be honest, they're not supposed to do this shit. That's the job of the government.
Yep.
To give back and, you know what I'm saying, actually fucking help the citizens. That's the fucking job of the government. They don't need to be doing that shit. Billionaires shouldn't have the obligation, you know? But if their morals were a little different, you could see them doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're an asshole with $5, you're going to be an asshole with 10, 100, 1,000, all the way up to billions and trillions, you know?
Yeah, but it's like when you get past that money point, it's just you doing things just for your own personal, like, gain of feeling. Not for, it's not even for money no more. Like,
at that point, it's legacy.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
why
your legacy.
So a lot of them guys at a certain point, they're not caring about money. I doubt Bill Gates is worrying about how much more money he can make. He's more about his. Legacy. I feel like he's more legacy influence on the world.
How am I going to be remembered?
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. When people get to that power, it's like, are they doing that? Are they using that for destruction? Or are they going to use it for? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I was laughing at that.
That fly keep fucking with us, man. We need to get a fly swatter in this bitch. Where that bitch come from? Where that bitch come from? There ain't even no windows open to this.
Might be something spiritual.
So I do think it's. I do think it's intent. What you plan to do with it, like with you, your thing will be legacy for your future generations. Which to me, that's not destruction.
Yeah, it's not.
So but like with the Bill Gates and stuff, like Kenny said, it's the government's job to regulate. I don't blame them fully, because the difference between like somebody like Bill Gates and then the richest guy in Africa are the two systems in place for that country. Like United States, like say for instance you build another app or something, or like even with social media being built, like that app started off harmless, but not saying the people who created it, but other people realize like, oh, what we can do with this app, which is causing destruction. And the people who created it, they don't necessarily have to do anything, but your product is still like destruction.
Exactly, it's your legacy now. It's like
live in a corrupt
and that's the thing with Mark Zuckerberg. He was like, I noticed I was watching his interview with Lex Freeman. He was like, Lex was like telling him all the like the good, but like the also bad stuff to like social media. Mark kind of like brushed it off. Like it was like he knew, but he didn't. I feel like, I don't know if he either didn't know what to do about it, or he knows what's happening and he just like, you know what, fuck it, I keep making more millions. But it's like it just he didn't really say his intent of if he was gonna do something about it or not. And most of the time when he did ask like, about more suicide rates and stuff. Lex asked him about that. He just rebutted with like, "Oh, suicide rates aren't high like that off of our studies."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's going off like his own Facebook studies. He was saying that, so it's like,
and you gotta realize, bro, like you get that kind of money, bro, you can influence shit.
exactly.
You know
That's
what
why I
I'm
was like,
saying?
it's easy for you to easily not stop it, but just help people more understand that. Don't use social media as in this way, but try to use it more in this
Like I
way.
said,
But he can only say that and make people do what they want. But more people will listen to him because he got more influence.
I do want to hear what you
I
got.
mean, it just seems so like victimish. Like, yeah, he gave you something that could be destruction, polarity. Everything's two sides. Like, there's a good side and a bad side. You know what I mean? Like, anything could possibly be destructive. Like, the guy in Africa can give everybody money. That person can take that money and get a gun and kill somebody. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, free money could be destructive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, anything could be destructive. So it's not like should we? Because like going back to just me and the belief of the Bible, like he made us to create. You know, he's a creator. It's like in the Bible, the first thing he say is, you know, he created. Like God said, I created this, I created that, I created this. Like he doesn't say, you can trust me. He don't say nothing else first, but I created. So like in a sense, like we are creators. You know what I'm saying? Like he created us, right? And well, in my belief, he created us. And what do we do? Some of us do some bad. Some of us do some good. So whatever we create, like you know, like you got to be conscious and you got to have enough integrity and you got to have enough self-independent will of your own. Like anything you do, and so it's like once you start becoming a creator, like you know, it's like you can't hold back because the thing about it is like we got to push forward no matter what. Like this world is it has to advance. Like it's in our DNA to advance. Like we grow as young, we get old. We advance. You know what I'm saying? Like so, like I'm sure like they take in consideration the possible destructive actions that could come out, but like it's like the web came out and it created this, and like this is real good. You know what I'm saying? Like look what like the flip like. All right, you got your phone. You can BS all day and watch Netflix. You can watch, you know, sex videos, porn. You can listen to whack music, rap music, saying crazy stuff, or you can flip it around and download a Kindle Fire and read all these books. And you could they had to go to the library and hope the book was in the library back in the day to get some knowledge. Now you can literally just be like, oh, I know this. It's almost like the Matrix when they be like, put their head to the thing and learn something. Like you could literally pull your phone out and just learn something. You know what I'm saying? Like you can literally learn kung fu off your phone. You might not be the best as soon as you practice it, but you get on YouTube, they say kick like this, and they'll tell you the arch, they'll tell you the angle, they'll tell you what you do with this leg. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's a beautiful thing and an ugly thing, but like the people who like the bad is always going to weed itself out. You know, in the end, like it's just natural. Like the bad always weeds itself out. Like it always kills itself out.
I don't know about
you know
that. I
what I'm
look at
saying?
niggas and be like, I don't know.
They always think about niggas. What they
niggas,
talk
I
about,
don't know.
black on black crime. They kill. They weed themselves out. You know what I'm saying? Like they murk each other. You know what I'm saying?
All I'm
Like
saying is
I mean, like
I don't see no development in the nigga
like
community.
The thing is, like the people who aren't on that time, they're still alive while everybody else is killing them. Like you know what I'm saying? Like why? Because they're doing things that's on a higher vibration. Like they're reading. Like reading is a high vibration mindset. You know what I'm saying? Like you know, listen to rap music that says F this, F that, hit her. Like just imagine like all the song that says the N word and calling girls B's. Like if in reality we all brothers and sisters, then replace those words with brother and sister, and then just listen to how sad that music would sound. Like I shot my brother because he F my sister and you know what I'm saying? Like nah, but we hear F B's, F niggas, you know what I'm saying? Like I try not to use them words because like in my mind, like even speaking like that is just like you know, it brings you down, you know what I'm saying? It's frequencies, you know what I'm saying? Like I believe in frequencies on that way. Like you could speak horribly, have a nasty mouth, and you be what you are. You are what you speak, you are what you think, you know what I'm saying? So like if you just create this atmosphere, because it all starts here. You know what I'm saying? Like in here, like you can make destruction or you can make, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it radiates out. It's always what's inside that radiates out. It's never really what's outside. Like the victim would say it's the outside. my exes say it's my fault.
It
You know what I'm
always
saying?
go back to
but
intent,
if,
though.
But if really it's both of our faults. Like she didn't have this and I didn't have emotional this. And if we both knew better about ourselves before we got into a relationship, we probably would be a better relationship. You know what I'm saying?
We got far off track.
All I'm gonna say is like I said, I agree, but then a little bit I don't agree because you have a pretty open mind. Mm-hmm. You were like, yo, I want to do better. I'm gonna take some steps to do better. You know what I'm saying? For some reason, something happened in your life where you're like, yo, I'm trying to do better. That's great. A lot of people don't do that shit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know what better is. You know what I'm saying? If you didn't know what better was, you just continue doing the same shit. Mm-hmm. And in terms of like, you know what I'm saying, we're like, pick up, read a book. On that same phone, you could listen to horrible music and watch porn, or you could sit there and download that Kindle and learn some shit. The way society is, because it's really, we were talking about earlier, holistic. It's not just one thing. That's why it's like I can't fully agree because they attack us at so many angles to where it's like, I know what you're saying. It's like the victim, but fam, we is the victim. The way they get us, like, bro, it's.
No, go ahead.
It's like it's real simple. The bad shit is on this left door, and the good shit's on that right door, right? When you go out of the door, you're going to the same place. You're getting to the next room. But what the powers that be, because if you have power, you can influence all this shit. The powers that be, they say, all right, go through that left door. I'll give you $100. You go through that right door, you got to pay me 10.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like
that's when I go back to the Mark Zuckerberg thing. It was like he was avoiding that it was bad to social media. He wasn't even acknowledging it. You know what I'm saying? Like him acknowledging it is good. Like there is, and it probably always will be. But I'm always try to not do that. But that goes back to his intent. It's like, what was your intent anyway when it came to this? You know what I'm saying? That's what I feel when it comes to that.
Yeah, I kind of forgot what I was gonna say, but
we be talking. I be like, fuck, I remember.
No, because you got to get it out.
You do. That's why I just like, hold on, Brodie, because he was going for a minute.
Yo, but he was killing that shit.
My bad. We fucked you up. Where was you?
Like I said, like I know what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? Because you big on self accountability. As it should be, you know what I'm saying? We do have the choice.
Always got a choice.
But I do think like I said, all that, however much money you want to make, you can do it as long as you see it in your mind. All I'm saying is the difference is like you
the starting point.
The intent, like you said, the starting point, and as Kenny was highlighting just now, the systems in place. Like
if you know what to do.
Yeah.
If you know about the systems, then you could do something about it.
Yes. And if you know how to do better.
And that's when you can't be a victim no more, is when you understand how it works and you don't care to change it. You just letting it go. Like now it's your fault. Now you're the victim. Like now it's your fault that you didn't want to go across that.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's really what it is. Because like you said with the social media stuff, they didn't that wasn't their plan for it to be like that, but now that they're aware, it's like, oh, okay, you could be like, well, listen, are you, like, if you create something, are you going to just tell them, like, hey, like, oh, it's up on you to use it wisely? As it is, but like I said, because of the system in the United States and they're money hungry, everything they do is for profit. When you do get to those statuses, which you can get to, I'm not saying that if you get $1 trillion, oh, you're evil. All I'm saying is, like, there are systems in place for it to use whatever that you created for destruction, and then there goes your morals and your values and whatnot. It's like, okay, like how can I go about this like a different way, and to the point where I can still create something that's polarizing. It can still be positive and negative, but like what is my intent with what I'm trying to do with the thing?
Can y'all tell me something that was ever created that didn't destroy?
That didn't destroy?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like
a T-shirt, nigga.
There's just T-shirts that destroy.
Yeah, because some spread hate.
Yeah,
spread hate.
Yeah, some people put stuff on T-shirts and they read
I'm
it.
I'm talking about in general.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like the thing is, like, all right, the system, right? All right, boom. There's a system.
But it's
just
less.
Imagine this though. Imagine there's a system, but you went around this world oblivious with it. And still attempted these strides without it. I'm sure you'll go farther than focusing on the system. Like, it's the focus on the system that also keeps us in lack because we kind of like, we got this against us, we got this against us. You know what I'm saying?
It's not about focus. It's about defeat.
No, it's a subconscious focus.
Nah,
It's
about,
not you don't. I'm not saying you wake up like, all right, I'm about to go beat the system, but it's like it's been so instilled in us. Like we seen our parents work forever.
But if you don't know the system, how would you ever?
You know
the system. You know, I see what you're saying. That's
system, not focus on, but understand how
you have
it
to
works
know
so
what's
can move
coming
through
at
it,
you,
right?
so you can plan against it. That's how I view it as. Because like I ain't worried about the system. I know exactly. I beat the system. We beat the system. Why? Because we knew what the system was going to throw at us. You know what I'm saying? We learned. I mean, it took a few generations in my family, but shit. Now we're at the point where it's like, okay, we know exactly what we need to do for everybody to be successful. So, like I said, it's not. Some people, yes, they do that. Oh, there's a system against me. Woe is me. Fuck, I can't do nothing. I might as well slang them drugs than go to jail because I have a system against me. I might as well fucking do it. But then there are always going to be those people who are going to be like, all right, bet. That's the mindset.
Yeah,
and then
like,
that's the shit I'm talking about where it's like,
fuck it, 'cause
if
just
you don't, when you
yeah.
know better, you know what I'm saying, and you figure out how to do it, if you don't do better, then that's on you. But if you're like, if you get all that shit and you're like, damn, the system's bad, and you don't know what the fuck to do, you know, it's like you're stuck.
And whose fault is that though?
I
mean,
honestly,
with all the
How would
resources
that
for
be your
help,
fault though, without knowing the system?
about knowing how to move.
like there's so many ways to learn. You know what I mean? Like
If you're not, you're
what
exposed, though.
does somebody have to slap you in the face with the knowledge?
Yes.
Like, no, you shouldn't be. Like,
Listen, you're exposed.
You have a mind though.
You have that mindset.
You have
that's
eyes.
Hold on.
You have lips.
Yeah.
You got all the ability. There's the person that's entrapped us don't have anything more than what we have. They're not more capable than what we are. Like they're not like superhuman. They're not Superman. They're no one. They're just someone who made a plan and followed through on the plan and kept the plan going. And then it just took on so long, slavery, you know, and now and it's working. You know what I mean? But it wasn't like this isn't nothing new. You know what I'm saying? Like and so like there's a lot of reasons why we can be in the dark. You know what I'm saying? But this is what the age of the woke. So like now we all woke. So it's like people wake, but they still not going to do anything. It's like you can learn, but if you still got to take that step. You still got to start.
You got that
doing.
mindset for it.
You still got to just do. You know, like all right, so like. You know, like, maybe this will help. Like, for me, like, you know, I had cancer twice. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of crazy stuff beyond that. That's just the start. You know, cancer twice. I'm only 27. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, and, you know, that's adversity in life. You know what I mean? But, like, I truly believe now and believe then, like I used to say it, like, a lot of defeat is in the mind. Like, if I would have gave up, those cancer beat my system, etc., like I could have still survived, but I mean maybe I would have survived physically, but then spiritually and mentally I would have been dead because I would have just, you know what I'm saying? Like, but it's the mentality of like there is the truth. The cancer was the truth. I couldn't lie to myself. I had to accept it, but then like you said, you learn it. You learn what helps. You learn, and then you apply what you learn. Then after continuously applying. Like now my mentality is I will never go to the hospital again for no sickness. But now what happened because of that? I learned about Dr. Sebi, and then thank God he gave us Dr. Sebi, right? So like I can't say I'm blind because he's talking about alkalinity and acidity and how he teaching about how sickness is from acidity. You know what I'm saying? And then you look on your own research and there's proof behind it. So what can I do to avoid being another black guy at 30 with high blood pressure? What do we all do? Eat pork? Eat this, eat that. Is that the main contributor? Yes, like most of us be like, I can't stop eating meat. Well, now you can't be mad that you got blood pressure.
None of that would have ever.
Like you can't be mad that you got blood pressure. You know where it's coming from, the system, right? I'm just comparing it. Like the high blood pressure came from this system. Like there's things you can do to assail. I'm not saying you're gonna ever beat it. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, it's not up to us to beat it. I don't believe it. I do believe that. Like your course of life is all from you, and it's all from intrinsic value, and it's all from like the mind, the heart, the passion. Like all that is like what's going to take you to that level. And once you get there, like if you do it once, you can do it again. It's like if you get rich from wisdom and skills, and you lose all of it, that's cool. You're gonna get rich again. You know what I'm saying? But if you get rich off humbug, you know what I'm saying? Like. you ain't acquired no skills, no wisdom to know how to get rich. You just got rich. You know, like trust fund kids and stuff, you know what I'm saying, that never had to work, and then something happened and now they're broke, you know what I'm saying? Like, they gonna be a little more stuck, but it's like once your mind's there, they can't take nothing from you.
But
you know what I'm saying?
Would you say you wouldn't think of any of that until you had cancer, right?
I can't say, to be honest.
But that's where it all started from. That's what I'm saying. It's like before that, you didn't think of nothing like that, but something or somebody had to tell you for you to start thinking like that. That's what I'm saying. Like people, when it comes to from a starting point, like if you never ever even had that happen to you, would you really think like that? And that's the same thing to say is like if somebody grew up in the hood all their life, like start from the starting point, first thing they seen was cracking gunshots. That nigga's not going. He'll think that's the life is. He don't understand that's even a system there that at first started that, and now I brought it down to this, and now it's a way to actually go about it. But he will never know that until somebody tell him or something happens really bad where he's like start thinking a different way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's all I mean when it comes to that.
That's literally it. Like I said, that's why I kept saying you have that mindset.
Yeah.
You've been through some shit to where you're like, okay, this is not gonna stop me. I'm gonna fucking excel.
But I can't really say cancer was my starting point. I mean, when I
I'm
was
just
in
saying
school
starting point
or
like you was
anything,
thinking.
like,
I don't know your
starting
starting point. I'm just that's what you said.
Yeah.
You told me.
But I understand both, man. I like this conversation, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, they good. Like, bro, I wish more people thought like that.
Yeah.
Because I say this, I guess I say it so strongly because I deal with people on the regular who don't think like that, and some of them they don't know, as we say, the powers that be, the stuff that's really meant to push us back, and some of them do and just don't do shit about it, and then some of them do. We'll give them the resources, you know what I'm saying, or help them acquire all the resources, and they still won't do nothing.
Yeah, because that's on them. Like once
at
they
that point, it's on them.
Yeah, like, once they understand and everything, it's like now it's on you. Now you can't say you a victim no more after you done got the knowledge or went through or your thought process changed, and now you thinking this way. It's like okay, now you can't keep blaming it on nobody else after that. Once you learn it, once you gain that little bit of knowledge, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but like I said, honestly, like I'm glad you have that mindset. I'm telling you. That's a rarity.
Yeah, that's why I
really
love talking to Brodie, man. He thinks way different than everybody at work.
That's a rarity. I'm telling you, bro. Yeah. So you see exactly what the fuck we're talking about. There. Yeah. You see that the niggas at work. That's it.
But we always have disagreements at me and Brodie. We just always be talking about shit like this all day.
That's how it is. People don't think like that, bro. People in this box, bro.
But that's why it's good to keep people around like that you also don't always agree with, because it makes you think and it makes you always think and wonder it questions your beliefs. So that's another thing about your always circle. Question that. Yeah.
The people you keep around you. That's another thing that plays right into that too.
Yeah.
Man, how much time we got left? I'm getting fucking hungry.
Oh, I'm hungry.
Somebody check the time. Check the camera.
9:32.
Yeah, Stephen Covey called it interdependence.
We got 4 minutes.
4 minutes. I guess. We finna wrap it up.
He call it interdependence.
Word.
That's when you work together. You got dependence, independence, then interdependence. That's what you're getting.
Yep.
Interdependence. We gotta be interdependent.
That was a good show, man. Yeah, I want to talk about some news topics for like another minute or two. Did we talk about the Nancy Pelosi shit last time?
I don't know.
She went to Taiwan. I ain't worried about that shit.
I ain't worried about her old
I ain't worried
ass.
about that shit.
I know they all suck.
But you know that bitch. Let me not call her B word, but you know she been in the government since like JFK days, bro.
Exactly. Why the
yes,
fuck?
bro. It's a picture of her standing next to JFK.
Why? You older than my great grandma. Why the hell are you still making decisions that affect fucking people? That's crazy.
I feel like the world would be better if I feel like our government would be better if we stopped putting like super old people like.
I know it.
Look at Biden. He's dead.
He is dead.
He's dead.
That's a corpse.
That's a clone.
That's a
fucking
corpse.
clone. He came out with the shades on the other day because his clone eyes got fucked up.
All I gotta say is, like I said, if my great grandmother was running the country, this shit would be so different,
bro.
That's all I gotta say.
If I see my grandma walk out and say she's a president, I'm like, yo, no, who? Yo, And like that's what's going on right here with this shit. They got these old people running
and
the
they
country.
wonder why
bro.
this shit's fucked.
I feel like it should be an age limit for when you start and age limit you need to get the fuck out. Like you don't need to be in there if you're 80 something years old, dude. Like you're about to die. I don't care about what you think for the future.
I do like this. Your whole body gonna collapse. Come on now.
You see that meme where Joe Biden got hit with the when they showed a picture of Trump golfing and had the ball hit Joe Biden off the bike when he fell off that bike. You ever seen that video?
I didn't see it either.
Y'all gotta see that shit, bro. That shit's hilarious, dog.
If I ever meet Joe and be like, bro, retire.
Ever
Wrap it
meet
up.
Joe, bro. You're not Joe. It might not make. I don't want to be that person, but he might not make it for another year.
I don't think so. I hope.
You know what I heard?
What?
This conspiracy I heard. So I've been listening to conspiracy podcasts and shit. I was listening to Sam Tripoli. He was saying how like I guess some other comedian or a dude or whatever who like come on the show talking about how he said he met this hooker who said she used to like Hunter Biden be buying pussy and shit, right?
Yeah, and smoking
in
crack.
LA. Yeah, so apparently like she was a hooker in California or whatever. She met with Hunter Biden before, and he was like that. She said that Hunter told him like the plans for like, but this was when he was running for presidency. Like Joe Biden was like the plan is like have Joe Biden to get in there for like 2 years and then have Kamala like take over.
Look,
U.S.
going riot.
Hey, I don't know about y'all, but I told y'all Kamala running shit in the back. Don't get that old nigga not signing shit.
This thing, if that shit happens, this whole country gonna be on fire. Nigga.
Think so?
Literally on fire.
Yes. These niggas was losing it when Obama won. She
just needs some like. I feel like if she won't go crazy in there, if she got some good solid dick around her. You know what I'm saying? This is just a comedy part of the podcast, people. I'm not serious. And I've been thinking about starting like a comedy one too. Yeah, because I'm always.
So you clap for
say
shit.
this
So you're
wild
gonna be the one providing that good
yes,
solid.
I would love to clap Kamala.
You got that.
I got that. You
got it. You got it.
You want to clap Kamala?
Nah.
I guess I'm tripping.
I'm celibate.
Sam, we out of here. All right, that's it for this last episode. For what's this, 5th episode? 6th episode?
Six.
6th episode. So that's it for that, man. We'll be back again. We out. God damn.
This man said he fucking Kamala Harris. I'm fucking dead. I ain't fucking.